We will be shortly live from Supreme Court of India proceedings regarding Chamrajpet Eidgah Maidan issue. We will be shortly live from Supreme Court of India proceedings regarding Chamrajpet Eidgah Maidan issue. We will be shortly live from Supreme Court of India proceedings regarding Chamrajpet Eidgah Maidan issue. We will be shortly live from Supreme Court of India proceedings regarding Chamrajpet Eidgah Maidan issue. We will be shortly live from Supreme Court of India proceedings regarding Chamrajpet Eidgah Maidan issue. We will be shortly live from Supreme Court of India proceedings regarding Chamrajpet Eidgah Maidan issue. Supreme Court Justices Hemant Gupta and Sudhanshu Dhulia to hear petitions challenging Karnataka High Court's verdict permitting the use of Eidgah Maidan in Bengaluru's Chamrajpet for Ganesh Chaturthi. Supreme Court Justices Hemant Gupta and Sudhanshu Dhulia to hear petitions challenging Karnataka High Court's verdict permitting the use of Eidgah Maidan in Bengaluru's Chamrajpet for Ganesh Chaturthi. The Karnataka HC had recently modified a single-judge order to permit the government to pass appropriate orders on applications received by the Deputy Commissioner seeking use Eidgah Maidan for holding religious and cultural activities for a limited period from 31st August 2022 onwards. Senior adverb Kapil Sibal, there are two matters. I'm in 20.1. We are dealing with survey number 40 used by a community for over 100 years. What is the occasion? We are dealing with survey number 40 used by a community for over 100 years. What is the occasion to change that in 2022? There is judgment of this by Justice Hidayatullah, Sibal. Question of title not a question here, bench. What is your claim in the writ petition? Bench. Is that I have been using the land for over 200 years, Sibal. What is your prayer? Bench. Not for title. Title is with me. Single bench says status quo. Next day division bench says no. Sibal. Bench you are giving for Republic Day. That is okay. Already it's used as a playground for children. But cannot be used for religious purposes, Sibal. Your lordships know the consequences. SC has said that possession is mine, Sibal. SG Tushar Mehta, there are two issues. First, declaration of Waqf. Sibal, I am not finished, milords. Continues reading the SC judgment. Bench, we will hear you. Possession established, burial ground established, use established. Since 1831. After all this municipal corporation challenges it for the first time in 2022. After this another interesting thing happens. Sibal. Bench is discussing. Government says which properties they challenge, and this is not included, Siebel. Government says which properties they challenge, and this is not included, Siebel. Government was a party, page 96. What is he, S.G. Mehta, saying? Respondents are irrelevant, right? Siebel. Government doesn't challenge, corporation doesn't challenge. I'm using. Hush, elections are next year, and suddenly this happens. What legs does the corporation now comes? Division bench says question of title is open. Revenue officers can't decide title, Siebel. We are okay with Republic Day celebrations. Not another religious organization. What was the need for the DB to change the decision the next day? Next day is not the issue. There was urgency, bench. Senior Averb Dushyant Dave speaks on the injunction. Dave, this is an issue which needs consideration, a lot at admission stage. Article 25 and 25 expressly deals with it. The way they have been restrained from entering land, and it has been upheld by the SC. He refers to a SC judgment. Now reading out relevant paras. Bench, we are not a that question. Everyone knows rights of the minorities. The way prayers are offered. Court prayers offered only on 2 days. The way, but it's my property. Courts can't force me. If I allow, well and good. This has been held in the SC judgment. Bench says that it's examining the rights of minorities to have their property. The way, the HC should not have taken the view that it took. With great humility, I say so. The way, AG says there is a dispute with regard to title of property. But you cannot file suit for possession. I have it in my possession for 200 years. Would a Muslim community ever be permitted to celebrate in a Hindu religious ground? Bench asks the way to stick to arguments. The way, my humble submission is that your lordships should protect us. Sibal, what is happening in this country? Police is filing suo motu. Sibal, police files first saying it's Saffron Day. It's alarming. Bench, you can be alarmed by a lot of things. Another adverb seeks time to argue. Adverb, you can have national festivals, flag hoisting etc. on the land. The single judge passed the order on 25. They could have applied for modification before single judge but went to DB. They said that there is a dispute with title. Milord, anyone can raise a dispute. Adverb, religious tolerance is required and so, this land must be thrown open. That's not the spirit of Art 25 and 26. Bench, admittedly, your difficulty is, you are using the ground only for 2 days. Adverb, that's not the issue. I can have religious congregation on all days in a year. That's my choice. SG, ownership of land was never the question. This is an open land with no boundaries. Some things not pointed to your lordships. Bench, what's your take on the judgment, Mr. Mehta? SG, it's only on use. SG reads from submissions. Bench, is it under ownership of Eidgah or corporation? SG, both fail. Court merely says corp unable to show that it is the owner. Bench, you went to civil court. Corporation went. Why would they, petitioners, go? SG, I'm not corporation. I'm state. SG, till this stage, title was never gone into by any forum. For the first time, they approached Revenue Authority, namely Joint Commissioner. He gave a notice himself. We never approached, Siebel clarifies. SG, I will read, my lords. I am sorry. SG, the order passed by the Revenue Authority. This order is the subject matter of the proceedings before HC. Before the single judge. SG reads Revenue Court order which says they are not disputes connected with ownership of property. This was assailed before the HC, SG. Bench, we need not go into that now. You know the law very well. Long-standing revenue entries cannot be disturbed like this, Justice Dhulia. It's in my favor. Long-standing revenue entries show that it's Sarkari land, SG Mehta. Bench, no. Merely because it's open land it does not become government land, otherwise it's against what SC has said. SG, my friends are showing revenue entries under Waqf Act. SG, lands are permitted to be used for 2 days. It would be Ganesh Utsav. After that, it will be playground. Has Ganesh Utsav been practiced in this land before? Justice Dhulia asks. Petitioners in unison, never. Bench, there is a slight difference of opinion. We refer it to 3-judge bench. Siebel presses for interim order. Court passes order to mention matter before Chief Justice. Bench, consensus among bench couldn't be established. Let matter be listed before CJI, liberty to mention. Breaking, Supreme Court Justices Hemant Gupta and Sudhanshu Dhulia refer the case to CJI because of difference of opinion between the judges' petitions challenging Karnataka High Court's verdict permitting the use of Eidgah Maidan in Bengaluru's Chamrajpet for Ganesh Chaturthi. Dushyant Dave mentions the matter before CJI Lalit, says division bench judges have differed. Says Ganesh Chaturthi festivals permitted in Eidgah Maidan tomorrow. CJI Lalit, logically, the matter has to go before 3 judges. The way your lordship may constitute a 3-judge bench. Sibal, it is tomorrow, everything will be lost. The way we requested for status quo, but CJI Lalit and Justice Bhatt discussing among themselves. CJI Lalit refers to the case files. CJI Lalit, the difficulty is Justice Dhulia will be joining this bench shortly, so this bench will not be proper. We will be rising for combination with Justice Dhulia now. We will see if other judges are available. We will be late by about 10 to 15 minutes. The way we definitely need a bench, status quo of 200 years is being changed. Breaking vertical bar CJI Lalit. I have formed a bench of Justices Indira Banerjee, Justice Azoka, and Justice M.M. Sundaresh. Bench will hear at 4:35 p.m. Three-judge bench will hear the matter at 4:30 p.m. today.